sir, could you please sit down? Thank you, thank you. So we have many organizations. Which
4 or 5 questions.
Yes.
Okay, quick.
Yeah.
Or opinions, it doesn't, whatever.
Yes.
You can ask people questions today or
So we have women who play major contribution for this program to be successful. We have women empowerment organization which helped us to make this event successful. So they have a question specific to women, and I would request Ms. Jansi Reddy to ask that question.
Welcome all to California. And, as a Women Empowerment Association, my name is Jansi Reddy. So I would like to ask you 2 questions regarding this women bill that have been, in the court for almost more than half a century. So when the Congress comes in power, the women's so that bill has been there for more than 40 centuries. So as a Congress leader, what is your thoughts on it and how do you want to do it? That's my first question. The second question is, in India, it's very hard for women for the safety issue. So what are we going to, offer our next generation of the girls in India? Thank you.
So on the women's reservation bill, we are committed to that. We wanted to pass it in the last government, but some of our allies were not too happy with it, and they didn't give us the support for that bill. But I'm confident when we come to power, we'll pass it. I think part of the answer to your second question lies in the first question. If we empower women, if we involve women in the political system, if we give women space in the governments of the country, if we give women space in the businesses of the country, we will automatically make them safe. So I think involving them in politics, involving them in business, involving them in running the country are the way to give them power.
Thank you. So we have another Tamil community organization, so who united entire Tamil organization, and they have expressed their support. So they might differ of the Congress party, but they have come here for the love of Rahul Gandhi today. So I would like to invite Mr. Pugal. If you are ready.
Thank you, Sandeep. Hello, Rahul Ji. My name is Pugal Andrew. I'm the president of Indo-American Society for Science, Reason and Free Thought. I also represent Tamils who live in Bay Area. On behalf of our people and on behalf of people who believe in science, reason and free thought, I would like to point out we are honored, humble and most truly proud of your journey about opening up the shops of love on the streets of Bay all over the India. Tamils have a long tradition of harboring brotherhood mindset throughout their civilization. 3,000 years ago, our forefathers said, Yadum Ure, Yavarum Kele, Pirapokkum Yella Uyeku. Translation: all human beings are created equal, and every town is our town, everybody is our relative. To us, India is like European Union, with each state having its own language, its own tradition, its own festivals, its own cuisine, dress code, way of living, etc., etc. They are all different, yet we live under one country called India. Therefore, it is deeply saddening to us when someone from the union government trying to impose one language, one culture, one tradition, one religion, one school, etc. Recognizing this diversity to make it a robust country, our beloved leader, the Dravidian icon, former Chief Minister Dr. C. N. Annadurai proclaimed both in Parliament and in public forums for Manu Krishyachi Mathil Kutachi, which means autonomous rule at the state level and federal rule at the union level. Dear Rahulji, you have studied in America and you have traveled within the United States extensively, and you know much better than anyone else in this room that America is the best example of federalism. Each state has its own constitution, its own Supreme Court apart from federal laws. Whereas in India, Congress party did have its own share of problems in the past. But times have changed. The new thinking has emerged, and you are the epitome of the new thinking. You are the beacon of hope and the streets of faith in India. Therefore, my question to you is that, like United States of America, what's your thought on making India as a true United States of India? Thank you.
If you read our constitution, the definition of India in the constitution is a union of states. And within our constitution is the idea that the languages, cultures, histories of each one of our states has to be protected under the union. So what you're talking about is already incorporated in our constitution. It's already there. The BJP and the RSS are attacking that idea that you mentioned and also the constitution of India. That's the fact. Now, for me personally, I understand that the Tamil language is more than a language to Tamil people. It is not just a language. It is their history. It is their culture. It is their way of life. And I will never ever allow the Tamil language to be threatened. Because for me, threatening the Tamil language is to threaten the idea of India. Just like threatening Bengali or threatening Kannada or threatening Hindi or threatening Punjabi are all attacks on India. Right? So, our strength, unlike many other countries, our strength comes from our diversity. Our strength comes from accepting that we are all different, but we can work together. And that is an idea that I'm sure you and the Congress party are protecting. Thank you.
Please put your questions brief, respecting everyone's time. I know you have opinions, but please put your questions brief. Next question is Mr. Karthik from Ambedkar Training Study Circle. Allow people to. Yes, please appreciate these organizations have put together this amazing event. All there are Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, all are together to make this event successful. Respect those organizations. Thank you.
We've got 5 questions. Go ahead.
मोहब्बत की दुकान से गांव पर मिल जाएगी तो इंसाफ दोगे?
Hello, Rahul. I am Ganapati from the Ambedkar Study Circle. First of all, San Francisco Bay Area. We wholeheartedly thank you for taking up the fight against the fascism. So, this rights of fascism is not a mere coincidence. So, we believe in the social and the economic equality in society, and the inequality actually creates a condition environment for fascism to fail. So, my question is what is the plan of the Indian national government to approach the economic and the social inequality which creates a condition for fascism in the Indian subcontinent and also at the global level?
One of the things that we are suggesting is when we were in government, we had carried out the caste census. And the idea behind the caste census was to take an X-ray of Indian society, to find out what are the exact demographics of our country. What are the different communities? What are the different castes? How many people in each community? How many people in each caste? Because without understanding our demographics and without understanding who is who, it is very difficult to distribute wealth, distribute power effectively. So that was one idea that we had, and we've been putting pressure on the BJP to release the caste census, the numbers in the caste census. They are of course not doing it, and we'll continue to apply pressure. And if we come to power, we will do that. But we are committed as the Congress Party to make India a fair place, and we understand deeply that India today, in terms of its treatment of Dalits, tribals, poor people, minorities, is not a fair place. Right? And there's many things that can be done. There is the Nyaya scheme that we have, which is aimed at providing a minimum income to all Indians. There are ideas like Manrega. I think an increase in public education, increase in public health care. I think these are all things that can be done to make India a much more equal and fair place. Thank you.
Our next question comes from the Christian community, Mr. Jay.
Now the Parliament, the Lok Sabha seats are increasing to 888. What's your take on it? There's a proposal that Modi ji is actually working on. It is going to entirely be based on population. It is going to take the orientation towards the highly populous states, getting more and more lion's share of the revenues and everything. So how is it going to change everything? Minorities are going to get even more depressed. Majorities are going to be making everybody vulnerable. So what's your take on it?
I'd have to look at exactly how they're thinking about doing it. But I think one has to be very careful when one changes the representative structure of a country. So I'd be quite interested in understanding exactly how they've come up with the number 800 and what are the criteria that they're using. These things should not be done flippantly. India is a conversation. India is a negotiation between its languages, between its people, between its histories and cultures, and that negotiation has to be fair. Meaning, all parts of India, all the states of India should feel that there is fairness in the process of negotiation. If I see exactly how they are coming up with 800 and what is the design, then I will be able to answer whether I agree with the number 800, but I haven't seen the way they get it.
He's kind of distracting everybody with that new parliament, building opening and giving the scripture.
Yeah.
He's distracting everybody.
It just seems 800 and something, but we have only 500 before, now it's increased to 800.
Yeah, but it depends how the ratios change.
Yeah, they are saying based on the population.
Yeah, it is currently based on the population, but you'll have to see how the ratios change. I think the Parliament House, these are distractions. The real issues in India are unemployment, price rise, spread of anger and hatred, crumbling education system, price of education, price of healthcare. These are the real issues. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing, lying down and doing all that. Aren't you happy I'm not lying down?
One more question from Ben. One more question.
भैया
One
और
more
मैंने ये
question.
भैया डिस्टर्ब मत कीजिए
One more question. So this is from the Bay Area Muslim community.
इंसाफ करिए.
One question from the Bay Area Muslim community. This is Mr. Mohammed Khan. Please.
मिले
जो ये नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोली है इसका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. I think this is something we are starving for as Muslims from the Bay Area. We all want to thank you for your time and for your efforts in coming all the way here. As you know that Muslims have the security threat today. It was never before. The way we see today, like whenever we call and talk to anybody, it's like, what's going on? There are so many different laws which are getting implemented, which were not even implemented earlier. If it is just of the security, it's okay. But then if it goes on and on, like inching after inching, Musalman bachon ko they are putting in the jails for the crimes which they have not committed. What strategy will you adopt, or what hope are you giving to Indian Muslims, which is going to change the whole thing back to the point where we were, and get back to the normal street to develop India?
The best way for me to explain that is the line, नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान. That is the best way I can say. It is that it is felt most strongly by the Muslim community, okay? Because it is done most directly to them. But in fact, it is being done to all minorities. I can guarantee you that the same way you are feeling attacked, I can guarantee you my Sikh brothers are feeling the same thing. I can guarantee you my Christian brothers are feeling the same thing. Right? I can guarantee you the Dalit community is feeling the same thing. Tribal community is feeling the same thing. Right? In fact, anybody who is poor in India today, right? When he looks at the extreme wealth that a limited number of people have, in some way he feels the same thing that you feel. That what is going on? How is it that these 5 people have lakhs of crores and I have nothing to eat? Right? So you feel it most because it is directed at you most aggressively. But it is a phenomena that is taking place against everybody in India. Right? And you cannot cut. It's impossible. And you know that. You can only cut hatred with love and affection. And I was surprised at how easy it was to erase hatred in India. I was shocked. I didn't imagine that इधर से उधर चलने से इतना असर पड़ेगा. I didn't imagine. Right? Indian people, as you yourself have said, they don't believe in this. They don't believe in hating each other. They don't believe in killing each other. This is a small group of people who have got control of the system, who have got control of the media, and who are fully supported by, big money. Right? But this is not the large mass of Indian people. I can guarantee you, I walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. I can guarantee you there are more people who believe in love and affection than hatred. Millions and millions more. So don't be pessimistic. Also, I'd like to point out another thing. This happens periodically in India. What is happening, for example, to the Muslim community in India today happened to the Dalit community in the 80s. If you went to UP in the 80s, Dalit community, what is happening with the Muslims was happening with the Dalit side. So periodically this type of stuff happens and we have to challenge it, we have to fight it, and we have to fight it with affection, not fight it with hate. We will do that.
One last question from the most important community of the entire world, that is students. So we have one interesting student from UC Berkeley who wants to literally beg me to ask one last question. She promised that she would conclude it.
Welcome to Anushka, and thank you so much for your win in Karnataka. You made a lot of people very, very happy. My question to you would be, your cause, and which is our cause now. But what would you say to us? We want to go back to India, we want to represent our country, but we see how the athletes, the youth, the wrestlers, where in recent times are being treated very undignified, we very discouraged. So what would you say to us to kind of bring the sense of wanting to go back out there for our country?
Yeah, please realize that there's a huge distortion. India is not what the media shows. The media likes to show, a particular narrative. It likes to promote a particular narrative. That is actually not what is going on in India. It is very clear to me in the Yatra. It's in the media's interest to project these things. It helps the BJP. So don't think that everything you see in the media is the truth. And as a young person, your country needs you. Right? And your skills and your energy will be very useful to your country. So if you feel like going back, do go back and help out. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you. And last, I picked up Rahul somewhere.